back to another episode of Tea Time with Key, where you guys are going to get all the tea on how these entrepreneurs have been so successful. If you haven't checked out our last video, please check it out right here. And if you're watching this one, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel so you guys can stay tuned to more Tea Time with Key videos. Today's special guest is Martin Jones with the God Made brand. He's going to tell you guys a little bit about himself.
So I just want to say thank you for having me on this show. Like it's truly a blessing. And as she said, my name is Martin Jones II. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. It is my 4th year at A&T. I've graduated December 19, and I started the God Made brand. So yeah.
And what gave you the vision to start the God Made brand?
What gave me the vision was really so I came into A&T in 2015. Started playing basketball. And I played basketball for 2 years. My 3rd year, I found out I couldn't play anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, so found out I couldn't play anymore, and then my coach sat me in his office and said, you're short 1 credit. It's supposed to be at 60 credits. I was at 59 credits. So I had a decision. I could either move back home, transfer it from A&T, or just stay there and pay the full out-of-state tuition. And out-of-state tuition is...
Oh, I play so I know.
Out-of-state tuition is crazy.
I
So I was at a crossroad where I was like, okay, I've been playing basketball for my whole life, 15 plus years. I was like, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So I was at my lowest point I ever was in my life. I didn't know who I was. I feel like I lost a part of me. And that's really when God took me from a different point. He said, okay, I'm gonna use you for something greater. And just a transparent moment. Right when I left my coach's office, I went to my room. I had I had Advil, Tylenol, and I said, I just can't do this anymore. And then I took almost like 30-something pills. And then from the next day, really the next hour, nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go to the hospital. Woke up the next day, everything fine. So from that moment, I knew, okay, God, I'm here, I'm listening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you so much for being transparent
Yeah.
with us. I know sometimes it's hard for people to be transparent,
Yeah.
but that's just big that you were able to be transparent with us, and I know
Right.
it's going to help a lot of people once they see this episode. What's your brand's mission statement?
So my brand's mission statement is unlocking your God-given potential. And the reason why I called it that is because everybody born on this earth has a God-given potential,
Right.
but you just have to find your key to unlock it. So, and really how it came about was I was just really up to like 3, 4 a.m. And then like something just hit me. And then I just wrote it down. And I called my boy, I said, unlocking your God-given potential. I'm like, that's it. And then it just has a ring to it.
It does.
You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, when you really think about it, it's like, okay, what is my God-given potential?
Right.
What was I born to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure that out right now.
Yeah.
Yes. And how has God played a part in your life? And of course, I know it played a part in the God Made brand. But
Yeah.
how has it just played a part in your life? How has He played a part in your life overall?
Overall, like, it's crazy because just from basketball going in and transitioning into this, when like, honestly, my first 2 years when I was just doing everything I wasn't supposed to be doing, partying every weekend, in a different crowd, and then stopped from not playing basketball anymore, and then like, okay, so you want me to push God's message? And I called my pops, I'm like, so I got this vision for a brand. It's gonna be under God's name, but I don't want to be in His light.
Right.
And one key thing my dad told me, he said, God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called.
A word.
So,
Yeah, a word.
you know what I'm saying? So He doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. So He already qualified you to carry out His mission.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's big.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying when you say it, but I ain't about to try to explain it to y'all.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna start getting around with this stuff. But anyways, what's some advice that you have that you would say for people to get closer to God?
Some advice I would say is really for somebody who's not in the church, who doesn't have friends who are in the church, who doesn't know God at all, I would just say, first of all, it's an app called the Bible app.
Right.
I'll say download that, and they have different plans on there to help you, people who really don't know who God is, and don't have that friend who can like, oh yeah, look up this scripture or whatnot. Download that app, and it'll give you a lot of influential texts in there and plans for you on a day-to-day basis.
I definitely have that app, and that's kind of where I got started.
Yeah.
Too, is using that app, and they have like different devotionals.
Right,
specifically for what
devotionals.
you're trying to do, or you're trying to learn and being a new believer and
Yep.
stuff like that. So that definitely is a great app that you guys should
Mhm.
download. Wow.
Yeah.
So, what's some advice that you would have for people that are aspiring to have a clothing line?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know your brand, the message is God made.
Right.
What about people that just want to have a clothing line, like having products
Yeah.
and stuff like that?
So that was my number one question. How do I get this? How do I get that? You know what I'm saying? All this merchandise and stuff. And really, I wasn't going to start. I just had like 20 notes of profit margin of different materials. And really, I'll tell them to start now. You know what I mean? Because for me, going to being in athletics and not being in fashion or anything like that, I had to really read books, go on YouTube, look up channels, look up to people who are actually doing what I'm trying to do now. So go on YouTube, read books, listen. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen. Some of us is hard-headed. Yes. Listen. Really just take in as much knowledge as you can. Because I know our patience runs thin. We want to start things now. Right. You know what I mean? We want everything now. And really I had to really just have patience.
And how was God Made's 2018 for you? Like, I saw you doing a lot of big things on campus,
yeah.
but I want you to really go into detail about them because you had just released your brand and it kind of really blew up. So
right.
how was that possible?
So I'll go take it back to the summer when I started sending out devotionals to my line brothers. I started doing that for like 2 weeks, and then I stopped because I'm like, nobody want to hear me. Like, why am I doing this? You know, because people, they actually told me, they said that they received a message. They're like, why is he sending motivational messages? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, so I was just like, okay, I stopped. But then I had my boy from back home from Cincinnati. He told me that. He said, why'd you stop? He said, somebody's dependent on your obedience to God. I was like, wow, that's true. So from back in the summer, I started those devotionals, which transitioned into my brand. We do devotionals every morning, Monday through Friday. And then from there, send out devotionals, and then we had our pop-up shop. And how that came about was the guy told me for Underground Apparel that I could be a vendor Friday, Wednesday though. Mind you, I don't have tables, I don't have a tent, I don't have any hoodies, I don't have any merchandise at all. And this is Wednesday. So I called my screen printer. I said, it was like $900 worth of merchandise I needed.
Wow.
He made all that in 2 days.
Wow.
Like I got a table, tents, chairs, everything I needed in 2 days.
And what about that, because I know I saw you on the news before.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about that interview. What was that about?
Yeah, and to go and touch on that was truly God also, because honestly, it was Thanksgiving break. I was going back home. And then I told my girlfriend and my boy, I'm just like, yo, let's just give back. So I grabbed my last 8 God Made shirts. I could have sold. I was like, nah, let's give them back. Grabbed 8 meals, 8 God Made shirts. Just went downtown, and we went down by the square, like Central, Greensboro. Went down there. Didn't know who was gonna be down there. Right. We just like passing stuff out, and like our 4th person, Channel 2 News was down there.
Wow.
And they actually walked up on us. They like, we're asking people what they're thankful for. And they seen God Made. They said, what's your brand? What is that? So we just explained it to them, and they're like, thank you, because we didn't have a story to tell tonight. So they actually didn't even have a story for the news tonight, and they just were just,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because that's like what we talked about prior to the episode starting. Things aren't a coincidence. Like,
yeah,
God
right.
really aligns your steps.
Mm-hmm.
You guys both needed to meet each other.
Yep.
That got you even more exposure, and you got them there.
Right.
So what do you have in store for God Made in 2019? Like, what are some things that you really want to do with the brand?
For 2019 is our motto. My team's motto is dynamic impact, and that's not even merchandise. That's just like dynamic impact on the community, dynamic impact in lives. Just taking it from an aspect of just changing people's lives, realizing that you know that you're God made. Because I tell people every day, I'd rather you know that you're God made than sell you a $15 shirt that you might wear once or twice.
And you're not really God made.
But if you know that you're God made, it might spark a fire in you. Like, wow, I can do this, or I can do that. You know what I mean? So that's why we always say message over merchandise. It's bigger than, it's way bigger than us.
It's bigger than just the merchandise.
Yeah.
It's really just the message. It's really the message.
It's the message.
Like the brands, like I want to start wearing now. I want to make sure I'm relating to the
right,
brands,
yeah.
and like I'm really representing that brand when I'm wearing it. So that's
it has to be relatable.
Mention that. So what's some actions that you feel like you have taken with your brand that have attributed to the success of it?
Some actions I feel like I've taken is not fearing. I say no fear. Like, because when you fear, you second guess yourself. Like going out downtown, handing things out. I wasn't going to do it. My girl's like, no, you got to. Right. And then I did it, and then look, I was like, at the end of the road, I had a blessing for you. Right. You know what I mean? So actions like that, even with the pop-up shop, I'm like, so you telling me Wednesday of GHO, I can be a vendor Friday, and I don't have anything.
And you got it all.
I could have just been like, nah, I'm good. Right. You know what I mean? Like, but God's like, nah, just make a call, and I got you.
Right. That's
so no fear is phenomenal. It's bigger than I can even speak on, because when you don't fear, you don't second guess anything you do.
Right, and I just to touch on that, like one thing I always tell people, like when you're praying and stuff, like you really can't worry, and like, you gotta really have that trust in God that He's gonna take care of everything. When you sit up there and worry, you're not letting God do His job. So, like you're saying, not having any fears and just knowing, like, really have that faith in God, because He's gonna have your back. And I always tell people, just like when you're going through something. You know that time when you were going through something, I always be like, didn't you get out of it?
Right.
Who got you out of
it? Yeah, like you
you
still breathing today,
exactly.
right?
So
Yeah.
it's like you just really can't have any fears, because He's always going to have your back. So finally, I just want to ask you, like, what is your why? Like, what makes you keep going with this brand every single day, and what makes you, like, just keep impacting people's lives?
My why is really just God, family, and my passion. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like my why is just when I was in that room and I just wanted to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? Every day I wake up, I don't know why, but that just replays in my head. Like, you know, it's somebody else going through the same thing I did. You know what I mean? Like, mental health is at an all-time high. Depression is at an all-time high. Suicidal thoughts, it's at an all-time high. So just knowing that's kind of like, it drives me to push the brand even further. Just to know it's somebody going through the same thing I used to go through that needs help, that needs to know the message. You know what I mean? So really I would say family, and knowing that is my why. And that in the room, that vision just replaying really is my why.
And how are we able to purchase from you?
Oh yeah, definitely. So you can check me out at GodMadeTheBrand.com. And on Instagram, GodMadeTheBrand _ and Twitter, just GodMadeTheBrand.
Great. And thank you so much, Martin, for coming out. Like I told you prior to the episode, I've been watching you and seeing you grow with your brand. I'm so excited to see what God Made has in store for 2019. And I'm just really excited to see what God has in store for all of us in general. So if you guys are watching this episode, like I said, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up, comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to make sure I tag all of Martin's information so you guys can stay connected with him and go buy a shirt from the God Made brand.
God Made.
We are all God Made.
God Made.
So thank you guys for watching.